Hey, my name's David Kuhn, and I'm up here in the Rocky Mountains in Colorado, taking a 30-day reset after publishing my book called Within Us. I'm going to talk about the paradigm shift, and I know a lot of people talk about it, and a lot of people are feeling some awakening moments. And when we look around the world right now, we might not think that there's something happening as far as we're shifting into a new paradigm, a new frequency. Yeah, we're shifting into unity. I mean, it seems like almost impossible for that to even happen. And even if we were believing it a few years ago, with everything that's going on now, maybe we don't. So I'm just going to give you my take on it. And, if it resonates, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. It's good to be open to these things, though, right? So here we go. So what's going on right now? We are in what I call a chaotic node. I have learned that from one of my teachers, Tom Kenyon. And when we switch frequencies, so we're moving into a new paradigm. We're moving, from what I call the separation paradigm into a unity paradigm. Okay, it could be 3D or 5D, however you want to say it. But I like separation paradigm to unity paradigm. It just makes more sense to me. But the separation paradigm, which we are living in right now, holds a certain frequency. Okay, and that paradigm is resolving. Everything is a pattern, and so is the separation paradigm. It's a elemental pattern, right? And it's resolving. It's run its course. There was a purpose for this paradigm that we live in, and there's a purpose for everything, right? It's just not randomness happening in our universe. Everything is very precise and has a purpose, and so do you. You have a purpose, and I have a purpose. And my purpose is to share this information with you. And so we're coming to the end of this paradigm. All the stories in this paradigm have been told. All right, now you can go and look at some movies and know that, like, for the most part, it's the same damn stories, right? And even like when we're speaking and, like everything's been told and, this kind of thing, right? Is what I call separation language. We've come to a point where we've come into negative resignation, where like there's nowhere to go from this place, and therefore we're doomed. That's not true, and that's the illusion of separation, okay? And so I have a hopeful message, and I want to share it with the world, with as many people as possible, is that we are shifting into a new frequency, a new vibration, a new paradigm. And it is a unity paradigm. And what does that mean? It means that we're leaving the separation of illusion and remembering who we are as a species, as an individual, and that our true nature is love, and that humans aren't necessarily evil or violent, right? And that is the result of disconnection and disempowerment of the separation paradigm. And so we're leaving that, right? So really what's happening is we're coming into a new vibration, and that's affecting our body. And this is a worldwide thing. It's emanating from the earth. Yeah? This new paradigm, unity consciousness, is an electromagnetic field that's changing within the planet, within Earth. And it's also coming from solar flares. And this is sort of like a bigger idea of it. But through resonance, as the Earth begins to change, and that doesn't mean that the Schumann resonance completely changes. Okay? We can look to science to give us some inkling of what is going on. But science doesn't really know all of that yet. Can't explain it all. It doesn't have the language for it because we're living in the separation paradigm. And so all science, not all of it, most of it, yeah, is looking through the lens of separation to try to prove the unified field. And until we come into unity consciousness, we won't know we won't know how to scientifically prove what's happening. They can't even prove consciousness now, and that's, come on, there is consciousness in everything. Everyone knows that. And so we have, part of like what my book is about is that this awakening is coming through us. It's coming through us, yeah? We are remembering who we are. As the vibration of the planet rises and the collective consciousness rises, we start to remember. And that happens because our belief systems that we hold dear, and we need a belief system because that's what navigates us. We need to believe, we have to have values. But what do we believe, right? And so as this vibration rises, as the separation paradigm begins to resolve and implode, the unity paradigm, unity consciousness starts to rise. And that changes the vibration in our body. And some of us go first depending on our soul lineage, our family lineage and trauma, and there's so many different factors, and it doesn't matter who's going first or who's going last. We are all going to be chosen. There is no chosen ones. And so when's this happening, right? Well, it's happening right now. Yeah, it's happening right now. And it's happening within me. It's happening within you. Depending on who we are reflecting back those reactions and responses to that shift in our vibration, right? Some of us are doubling down on trying to keep things the same, or going back to the way that things were, and that's not going to happen, right? And what we are going into is basically the unknown. We don't know what we're going into because we've never lived it before. We've never lived unity. We don't know what it means to be a loving species, one that is connected to Earth, one that has natural technology, one that has technology that's sustainable. We don't know what that looks like. And so that becomes the unknown. And so when it happens within us, and as the frequency starts to rise in our body and the beliefs start to resolve, because each belief is a pattern, starts to resolve, it's kind of a scary moment, and there's chaos in our bodies, right? And everything is reconfiguring, and maybe we get a new job, maybe we find a new purpose, right? And so much of what we have known is when we can look around to what's going on the planet right now, as this is completely normal for a paradigm shift. And things might get worse, but I want to send you like a hopeful message that when we talk about end times, okay, like this is the end. It is the end of a separation paradigm, and maybe the world that we know. And there's something really beautiful blossoming, It's like a beautiful lotus flower rising. Yeah, and it's changing us. And there's a plan, and we have a purpose. And we are going to heal, and the planet is going to heal. Yeah? And it might be hard to believe that right now, because we can't see it. But we can feel it. We can feel it within us. Yeah. So this is my message to you. What my book is about in great detail. This is a very short video. It's happening within me, and this is how I know this. I'm not reading this from some other place. I wrote within us for 3.5 years over and over and over again because I was documenting what was happening within me. You know, and I've been through all the stuff, and I'm still going through it. I'm still changing and morphing and transforming and raising my vibration, learning new ways to do that. For much of this journey, for me, it was very scary and at the same time exhilarating and amazing. So, all right. Well, let me know in the comments if you're feeling some of these changes, or if you resonate with this message, or if you want to add something to it. Because this is an expansive message. Yeah, this is an expansive. Unity consciousness is expansive. It comes through us, and it's constantly growing through love. All right, y'all have a good day, all right? Take care.